What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, and this is my first time going live since I interviewed Edwin de los Santos, and it definitely was an enlightening one. It was a refreshing one. He hadn't been on the platform for quite a while, so I definitely appreciated him coming back on the platform. But we could discuss what happened in the fight and all that, and a lot of interesting things I took out of it. A lot of interesting things. When when I asked him kind of about the game plan, and the game plan seemed to be to fight at his pace, at Shakur's pace, and try to counterattack the counter puncher. So he wasn't willing to engage because he didn't want to fall into the counter punching game. So they both were just waiting patiently to counterpunch each other the whole fight. And he kind of explained that that's why the fight went the way it went. And he feels that both of them should be disqualified. He said, honestly, at the end of the fight, they should have disqualified both of us. I think maybe he rewatched the fight and realized, like, man, that was tough to watch. That was really tough to watch. And I think seeing his attitude about it, at least he's having some kind of accountability to what happened that day. And he expressed wanting a rematch, and I would think that in a rematch he saw something where he felt he should have been disqualified, using his words. If you were to rematch him, you would come with a different game plan to try to attack him, to try to make sure your next fight with him isn't that boring. So if he's asking for a rematch, I'm assuming it's with a more aggressive type plan. And yeah, man, it was refreshing to hear from him. And his trainer Chelo Betancourt, he came on the channel as well and gave his opinion as to what happened. He explained what was the game plan. Another thing I want to say, Edwin de los Santos, he had told me in the interview, because I during the live, I remember there was one round they didn't put his mouthpiece back in. And I'm like, yo, this is a championship fight, bro. This fight could change their life. That mistake can't happen in a big fight like that. And I thought it was Cello, and he corrected me, that it was the cut man job to put the mouthpiece back in. And that round, the cut man was the one who forgot it. Then Cello, after that, started taking the duties of putting the mouthpiece back in his mouth. So I'm glad he cleared that up. Yeah, man, it seemed necessary for him to come on the platform and talk about what happened in the fight. It really did. It really did. And I'm glad he got to express himself. That's definitely, I feel like, the fans that are aware of him wanted to know, and I'm gonna release a lot of those in clips with English subtitles for the people who perhaps want to see the interview but don't speak Spanish. I'm gonna put it out in subtitles. Maybe not everything, but just the parts I think that are relevant. I'm definitely gonna do that for you guys. But yeah, man, I was very very happy that he came on the platform, and I'm looking forward for him to come back. And yo, let's talk about Yan Santana, man. Let's talk about Yan Santana. There was a moment when I had told y'all, yo, this is the #1 Dominican prospect, right? And y'all were like, yeah, he never fought on TV. How can you say that? First fight on the zone, first round knockout, undefeated Puerto Rican dude in Puerto Rico. Then his first fight in America, he fights Brandon Valdez, a tough guy, tough veteran. I'm not going to say the guy, is an undisputed champion, but he's a tough veteran. Went to war with him and stole the show. Let's be honest, that was a card that had Eldy Cedeno, Elvis Rodriguez, Yan Santana, Rohan Polanco, Teofimo Lopez, Robesi Ramirez, Nico Ali Walsh. And the best fight that night, and all those names I mentioned, was Yan Santana. And you could say the same, he had the best performance of that whole card that happened in up in Verona, New York. Man, this kid is nice, man. Yan Santana, 126-pounder. He fought Eduardo Baez, who, again, is a tough veteran, who the only person to stop him was Emmanuel Navarrete, right? and it took him 6 rounds. It took Yan Santana 4. You know what I'm saying? The guy is, I think, 13-1 with 12 knockouts. No. 13-12, 13-0 with 12 knockouts. That's his record. 13-0 with 12 knockouts. Like that's impressive, man. And you look through his resume, there's not these lopsided, opponents in his box rec. He's fighting guys that are either have the same amount of fights as him or have a pretty positive record. And I'm liking the way they're moving his career. He fought a guy with over 30 fights in Baez. He fought a veteran, a guy who just went 10 rounds with Angelo Leo, who's now a world champion. You get what I'm saying? The dude, the world champion Angelo Leo went 10 rounds with this guy, and this guy stopped him in 4. Yo, bro, this is impressive, and I'm hoping the American public is more aware of Yan Santana. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that he's catching an eye, because Rohan Polanco is definitely catching an eye. He's definitely doing his thing. And when I hear people talk about him, it's always in a positive light. I mean, he's done nothing but look spectacular every time he fights. Maybe his first couple fights, but yeah, I know he had one fight on DAZN. Well, he looked okay. He didn't look bad, but he ain't look great either. And then he had his first fight on ESPN was kind of, and then ever since the Cesar Ruiz fight, Cesar Francis fight, yo, he's done nothing but look spectacular. I think there's only been one guy that went the decision with him from then. And that was Zaina. And if you see that fight, he was hurting him multiple times, but every time it was kind of like he hurt him. It was kind of like the end of the round, where had he had a little bit more time, we could have got him out of there. So I think Yan Santana is another person who y'all got to look at, man. Those are 2 Dominican prospects where I'm like, yo, check these guys out. Whatever, we got other guys coming up, and we'll see how they develop. Eldy Cedeno's a big puncher. Andy Cedeno, is known for having a crazy work ethic amongst the Dominican boxers. They all tell me his work ethic is crazy. We got other prospects, but to me, the 2 guys you got to watch out for that are Dominican coming up is Yan Santana and Eldy Cedeno. And Rohan Polanco. Those are the two. I like Eldy Cedeno. He got a lot of power. I do want him to tighten up his defense, though. And that's the only reason why he's not also, like, it's a 3 prospect that I'm saying look out for. I want to see Eldy Cedeno just tighten up his defense. I'm not saying he's an aggressive fighter. He's never going to be Floyd Mayweather. That's not his style. I get it. But while delivering your offense, you don't want to be taking shots. 1, there's other big punches too. Yeah, you punch hard, but there's other big punches too. And 2, you want to have a nice long life after you retire. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you're a boxer, you expect to be hit, but let's do it a little bit more responsibly. That's how I look at Eldy. But Eldy is definitely someone I keep an eye out for sure. I definitely see potential. He was an Olympian. He went to war in the Olympics with Alexander Kiesniak. He went to war with him. He was the eventual silver medalist of that Olympics, and he just won gold, Alexander Kiesniak. And Eldy Cedeno went to war where he landed vicious body shots where the fight could have gone either way. I'm not mad that Kiesniak got the decision. Believe me, I'm not on here saying Eldy Cedeno got robbed in the Olympics. It was a close fight. But it was a 50-50 fight. Had Eldy got the decision, it would have been okay with me too. I think I would have been like, okay, yeah. It was a good fight. So I respect Eldy Cedeno's resume, especially in the amateurs. I just want to see him clean some stuff up. That's it. Just clean that defense up, maybe work on a little bit of counter punches, and that kid is golden, But until I see it, I got to keep him kind of like 3rd. Right now, I got 1A and 1B in Rohan and Yang. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely like what's coming up from Dominican Republic boxing, man. I really do, man. Dominican boxing is definitely in a good space. You know, I'll be honestly, I want to let's talk about Alberto Puello. Let's talk about Alberto Puello. Yo, Alberto Puello may be the number 140 right now. For real. And so let's look into it. So he beat Akhmadov in a fight he was an underdog in. It was a close fight. Some people felt he lost, some people felt he won. I'm not, again, I'm fair. I'm not even mad if you felt Akhmadov won. I'm also not mad that Pollo got the decision. It was one of those fights, a 50-50 fight. So he beats that guy as an underdog. Then whatever test positive for a banned substance, uh, he claims that it was due to him, trying taking medicine to produce a child. Him and his wife now have a child. He was, they were trying for a bit, and they realized it was him who had the problem. He went, according to him, got some medication, and then that's what tested positive. He got stripped, and came back and beat Gary Antoine Russell in another underdog fight in a clear fashion too, with odds totally against him. One guy, he got point taken for low blows. No, excuse me, for holding, and it was not excessive at all. Then there's a knockdown that Gary Antoine Russell gets in the 12th round, a punch right to the stomach. He goes down, calls it a low blow. So that's another point that he didn't necessarily lose, but he didn't gain it because of the poor referee. And then one judge, I think, had it like 10-2 in favor of Gary Antoine Russell. So this guy was against it all and beat him. And if we're being honest, Teofimo's performances, his performance against and I was there in Miami. His performance against what's the Canadian fighter's name? It slips my mind. I can't believe this. But yeah, that wasn't a great performance. And you can't tell me a guy who had trouble with, Sandor Martin by outboxing him and dropping him twice, that Puello can't do that. To me, Puello is the number 140 right now in the division. I'll be honest with you. Paro's good. Paro's good too. I would pick Puello, but Paro's good. Matias just lost, but he's also good. Devin Haney just lost. It's kind of unfortunate he lost, but he didn't because it's a no contest. His situation kind of funny, but I still hold him at in high regard. I still think he whatever, he lost, whatever. Let's just say whatever the positive and all that. He lost. Let's just say he lost. All right. Everybody loses at one point. You know what I'm saying? Not Floyd Mayweather, Rocky Marciano, Joe Calzaghe, Finito Lopez. Those few are very few and far between, undefeated fighters like that. So some guys are gonna lose. They'll come back. Come back. Why not? Like I can see him locking back in. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Shout out to the Nobody 92. What was your thoughts on Floyd Schofield's performance, and when are you going to interview him again? I'll be honest with you. I didn't see his performance. I got caught up a lot while his fight was going on, so I really couldn't see it. But from what I understand, he got dropped, but fought, tough and aggressive the whole fight, and maybe had some things to work on, but that it was still a good showing. From what I heard, I didn't see the fight. Yes, Claggett. That's what I was talking about. Steve Claggett was, excuse me. What was the guy Teofimo for? That fight was not, more memorable. If you were there at the event, the best fight that night was Yan Santana versus Brandon Valdez. That was the point I was getting to. How Teofimo fought Steve Claggett. That wasn't more exciting than Yan Santana fighting Brandon Valdez on his undercard. And I feel like he did the same thing in this card, man. He looked spectacular. He looked like the best fight. I want to say he was in the most exciting fight, but he looked like the best fighter that night. He had I want to say the best fight. He had the best performance. How about that? That's probably the best way I could put it, man. Yan Santana, that kid is nice, man. That kid is nice. And another thing that, Hector Luis Garcia, I interviewed him, and he spoke about how he is going to fight at 140 now. That he took a little bit of a break, a little bit of a mental break. He's still been staying in shape, running here and there, staying in shape. But he wanted to, after taking 2 losses, look at his situation. And he feels like he could compete at 140. That is wild to me. It's wild to me because I just figured he would stay at 35 because that would be moving up a division. I thought I would think 5 pounds is enough relief, because it's always tough to make weight. But this guy's saying, hey man, I could fight at 140. And I'll be honest with you, he's a big guy, man. Like I met him in person several times in Vegas. I've met him seen him at at the fights. After the fight, after the Tank fight, I was in his hotel room. Get what I'm saying? Like I've seen him, and he's a big guy. He's not small. He's not small. He's not small, not in stature, and he's not small in height. He's like a good 5'9". Like he's a good 5'9". That's for those divisions, I'm saying that's not that short. 5'9" is this. I think that's taller than Mayweather and Pacquiao, both of them. And they were, you know what I'm saying? They fought at an elite level at welterweight. And I'm not saying he's that, but what I'm saying is 5'9" is enough height for that division. That let's just start there. And then, the guy has a lot of experience, man. Like, if you guys know how accomplished this guy is with his amateurs, you guys would understand why he would feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has so much experience. I feel like got comfortable boxing against Lamont Roach. No way Lamont Roach should have been in that fight, at least. From what I saw, I think if Hector Luis Garcia fought with the same aggression he fought against Roger Gutierrez, against Lamont Roach, I think he knocks him out. I'll be honest with you. But, and maybe even not knockout. He'll win. How about that? He'll have he'll win like how he beat Colbert, I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think. Any update on Carlos Adames? Nah, no update. I mean, he been on Twitter calling out Janibek. I don't know how much that's gonna happen. They on different sides. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Well, hermano. Yo, what's going on, my guy? I got some technical difficulties going on right now, man.
Yo, it's all good, my brother. You here
now, man? So it's like it's not the same, bro. Hit me out, hermano. How you feeling? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. No, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, bro. I know you saw my Edwin de los Santos interview you were on at the end. You know what I'm saying? What did you think about that? A lot got talked about. What did you think?
A lot got talked about, man. So much that I couldn't believe that it was almost 2 hours and a half. And it just goes to show you, man, the great work you do here, man. The journalism that you put behind your work and the preparation, because you was able to draw a lot out of that interview. You got him into a space where he was very comfortable talking about things that were very personal. Not often you see boxers say so much about the things that are going on in the background. Oftentimes as fans and as journalists and commentators, we only get to judge someone on those little 40 minutes of work that they do in the ring. Outside of all the dynamics that is going on around them. So congratulations to you on that interview.
Oh no, thank you, man. One thing I found interesting was at one point he goes, yeah, a lot of times you make money here in America, and then you see it as a lot in DR, but it's really not a lot. Like it's almost like he kind of realized like, yo, a lot of money in DR is still a lot of money anywhere in America and anything. And I think whatever happened with his situation, I feel like he's learned to respect money. Just with that statement, I think he's learning. I'll say that he's learning to respect money.
Yeah, and that goes a lot. I think Edwin says something in terms also of the thing. We laying the foundation down. We put in the work in also. So behind us can learn, because this is not the first time we ever heard about someone getting a good payday, and once they see the penalties, the taxes, and the things that got to be paid out, it's very deceiving when you first get that check.
Yeah, man. But
everywhere it goes.
I'm hoping he recharges batteries, man, because that kid is so talented. And it would be a shame if he fell into that Dominican curse, man. It would be a shame. This kid got talent, and he needs to have more moments. Like when he fought Rayo, he needs to have more moments. He needs to experience that a lot more times before something bad happens. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that kid live up to his full potential.
It happens to the best of them. When you talk about one of our greatest talents, Joan Guzman, one of our greatest amateurs, Pan American, you name it, he was it. And unfortunately, there were some things that happened there. He didn't get the greatest opportunities to fight the guys that was the best at his division. So Marcos Antonio, oh man, all those fights with the Moreros of the world.
Yeah, bro. Yo, he had potential to beat those guys, man. I don't want to hear nothing.
He had potential to be those guys. Those fights would have been electric.
Yo, and not only that, hold on. Let me address him against Pacquiao, right? When they were both at 130. Yo, the Pacquiao that was at 130 wasn't the Pacquiao that was at 147.
Or 140.
Yo, or 140, because that's where he got Hatton. But yo, don't think that Joan Guzman couldn't beat the version of 130 Pacquiao. Easily he could have beat him. He could have competed with all those guys, man. It's a shame.
And this goes to show you, man, that if you're highly talented and you're not extremely vetted by the promotional companies, it's very important that you're signed by the right people.
Yeah.
Think about this. It's good not to put yourself in these long contracts neither with a small promoter. You have to be strategic about who you sign with, because they pick and choose who gets opportunities.
No,
Rohan Polanco, they're in the right position right now, strategically.
Speaking about Jan Santana, bro. Bro, who was the first one to discover this kid? Bring him to the light. Tell everybody.
Joel, I'm gonna be real with you, and hopefully, when you started talking about Jan Santana, I'm like, oh man, all right, a nice little Dominican prospect that Joel is talking about, but you were talking about this kid like he was a blue chip talent.
Yeah. Like if he was in the NBA, he would be getting drafted #1 overall.
That's and I'm like, I respect Joel's opinion, but that kid, all right, I wasn't hearing about him as being one of the greatest amateurs in the Dominican Republic, even though he was on a national team for some of the best of them. But you know that also in Dominican boxing, we also have politics. Not just the game is everywhere the same. They pick and choose who they're going to take out of seas. Sometimes some parties related to somebody else, a manager. You know, Joel? So he wasn't internationally vetted by a bunch of companies. So I'm like, wow, what is Joel talking about? And then, I looked at a couple of videos and I'm like, yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's hurting local. He's beating up local talent, beating up local talent.
He's beating up those dudes from Schwan Boxing. The undercard
in the first round.
Yo, loco, they've been getting better though. Yo, Schwan been getting a lot better.
A lot better. We got to give it up to them.
Yeah, because in the beginning, it was like with the bums, it was like, damn, man, like these dudes not even trying to fight.
You couldn't stomach watching one of those fights because the quality was so bad.
Yeah, but they're getting much better now, man. They had my man Leonel de los Santos on there the other day. They still keeping a steady Fuero active. He's a guy who
I haven't heard about. Another talent right there, guys. Dominican boxing is coming and is pushing some great talent right now. Be on the lookout. You're not hearing about these guys because they're not talented. You're not hearing about them because they haven't been afforded the opportunities.
Yo, who's the one guy? Who's the one guy that's been inactive that you will ask me about most?
Lionel and now Lionel more than Agüita. I would say Lionel.
Lionel. Oh,
Lionel,
wow. So, tú estás más curioso lo que tiene Lionel que lo que tiene Nagüita.
and this is why we have seen Agüita compete already on TV and at a level, stepping up in competition, and we could tell what he does. But the things that Lionel de los Santos did in the amateurs, beating up on Chuchu the way he did, like this guy.
Easy. He beat Shushu easy in the amateurs. If I'm top rank, I'm signing Lionel de los Santos, right? Then I'm bringing up the rivalry between him and Shushu in the amateurs, and I'm promoting that. And that could be you could build that shit for 2-3 years, and then that could be a big fight in New York.
But the problem is, Joel, this is the problem. Once you have this is the business of boxing, which upsets us a lot of us, the fans. When you have so much money vested in the kid, do you really want him to lose to a nobody? But that's why it's important to move him. If you have him with Top Rank, now you have another fighter to build.
Oh, but yeah, exactly. You got another fighter that's going to be fighting main event, and then some. At one point, it's going to be worth the money for everybody.
And you put him on the choo-choo car in New York, and the Dominicans can come out. Perfect.
Exactly. Dominican Day Parade.
So I want to start seeing Top Rank stacking some Dominican cards with their fighters that they usually do, the Sanders of the world, the Choo-Choos of the world. We're not going to take that away from you because you have proven to us that these are your guys that you're pushing. Okay, do that. But put our guys on that ESPN Plus to show you how we all often as we do steal the show that we have been doing.
Yeah, every time. Any call Rohan on, he's stealing the show. Jan Santana done stole two. Stole two.
In deep cards.
Yo.
In deep cards.
Yo, bro. Yo, listen to the lineup. Hold on. Jan Santana stole the show in Miami, right? If you just hear that sentence, you're like, okay. But listen to who he outshined. He outshined Odie Cedeno, who got a first-round knockout. Rohan Polanco, who just looked absolutely spectacular in the 2-round knockout, right? Elvis Rodriguez didn't look good, but had one of the most exciting first rounds you'll ever see, right? And then they had Teofimo on the card, they had Robesi on the card, Nico Ali Walsh on the card, and out of all those fighters I just mentioned, Jan Santana had the best fucking performance.
The best, hands down.
No, the most entertaining fight, I'll say that. He had the most entertaining fight. I won't say the best performance. I think probably Rohan.
Entertaining. You're right.
Was Jan Santana.
The right choice of words.
Performance. His last fight against Eduardo Baez might be the best performance.
The one, oh man, when you talk about Baez trajectory, when you talk about his body of work, he wasn't supposed to lose like that to an 11-fight prospect.
Yo, bro. Yo, Baez has over 30 fights. Jan Santana only got 11 at the time, or 12. And then the guy got stopped only by Navarrete in 6 rounds, and Jan Santana knocks him out in 4.
Not only that, Leo Cruz was losing to him.
Angelo Leo.
Sorry. Angelo Leo.
Yeah, he just lost the decision to Baez in his last fight.
The same Leo that beat the guy for the title, right?
Yeah, that slept Venado.
The upside right now for Jan Santana and the opponents that they could play with him around there, give us Bernardo. Give us that guy now. Give us one of those guys that lost.
Yo. The way Jan Santana talks to me is like he wants Angelo Leo now. Like he's ready for the big dogs. Like he don't talk like, yo, I want he'll fight. He calls out prospect because he understands the process of working your way up to a title. But if it was up to him, he would fight Angelo Leo now, man. That kid is hungry.
Not only is he hungry, he's disciplined. He understands his position. He understands that he's a family man that needs to provide for his family, that it's just not for him but to show off, to say that he's making money. That kid has big dog responsibilities. A man, so he understands the type of work he needs to perform, and he comes from extreme poverty. He comes.
And I was talking to him, and I was like, "Yo, you sound like you 40, bro." He's like, "Yo, everything a 40-year-old got, I got debts, I got kids, I got a house, I got a family, bro." I love that energy he coming with. He focused. When I brought up the reason I brought that up to him was, yo, when that money get in your bank account, are you gonna be one of the ones that switch up? I like that. I want this shit documented on camera. So if I say something in the future, I could be like, look what you said to me. You know what I'm saying? And his response, recorded on camera, was that he got a family and he got debt and everything a man got, he got. And that's why he's focused. So money ain't gonna switch up because he's about his family. So hey man, I'm betting. If somebody talk to me like that, I'm betting on you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean literally betting with money. I'm talking about like, I think this guy's gonna be successful.
I'm just happy that he was able to sign with the right people that have the proper relationships.
No, y el entrenador mío de Puerto Rico está haciendo un gran trabajo. El entrenador de Santana.
I would love to see you in an interview with him because I don't know in the amateurs if there was a big, oh man, Jan Santana has a lot of power. He's knocking guys out. Because we're seeing.
Oh, bro, if you remember, Edwin said that him and Jan Santana, when they fought, it was like a big deal. It was the best versus the best. You don't remember?
And it was a close decision. I think Edwin got the edge by a split decision.
No, but my point is, you saying you never heard about him in the amateurs, but he's competing against Edwin.
No, in terms of knockout, this guy's putting a hurting on guys.
Yo, bro, you don't remember when he be on this channel, his training regimen, how he runs 10 miles and does this many push-ups and does rounds and spars, and él está dando dura al gimnasio. So I think that
what I understand, he's always been a good boxer, but a good boxer that can punch like that.
He's exciting, bro.
Not only does he have an exciting fighting style, he could box, but he likes to stay there. And in between the shots, he's putting shots together, going well to the body and going well to the top.
You know who was good at staying in the pocket, getting his off, but still blocking? Joan Guzman.
Yeah, great, yeah.
Yo, boop. Yo, sometimes I used to scream at the TV, get off the ropes. And I'm like, damn, he hasn't got hit. I'm like, all right, you know what? Stay.
And countering hard.
No.
So that style, even though sometimes us as the coaches, man, we don't want to see you taking shots. Bro, I'm sorry.
Yes, that'll sell tickets. Sell tickets. Yo, hold on. Shout out to Rafael Augusto, who says, notice how all the 135 pounders keeping Edwin's name off their mouth. I think he should be pressing more on social media.
We've been saying that.
I mean, he was on the channel talking his shit, but it kind of seems like he's going through something. He said, I'm going through something, and I'll talk to you in private. We spoke in private what he's going through, so that's why he said he's not coming back till March, April. So
but at the same time, they're not mentioning his name, and even Shakur alluded to that.
Yeah, but you're gonna be calling somebody out and you can't fight. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, all right, let's time to fight. Let's fight in December.
But before he came out publicly on your channel, the voice of the Dominican boxer, no one was mentioning his name before that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's true. Whatever. But I'm not focused as to how lit we getting. All right, that's fine. I just got an interview with him, and I think he said a lot. He spoke about how he got a lawsuit on the day of the fight and how everybody got sued. Top rank. Samson, the Cello court, Edwin de los Santos, how he had to be in court the morning of the fight or something like that.
That's crazy. That's unheard of.
It beats me. If that was reported on another channel, then shout out to that channel. But that was the first I've ever heard of it publicly. You get what I'm saying? So maybe that's something a lot of people weren't aware of.
And for a lot of people that might not be seeing their best fighter fighting right now. Might not be seeing the best matchups being done right now. Maybe the dirt has to settle real quick. Maybe all these fighters moving from different promotional companies. Maybe you guys have to wait.
Yo, I got. Listen, and I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is 2025 is the most important year for boxing, probably ever. ESPN deal with Top Rank expires August 2025. I don't know. August of 2025. I don't know if they're going to renew. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but it don't sound like they are. PBC was on Amazon. I'll be honest with you. They haven't been consistent enough. They've had good shows. They've had successful shows. They just haven't been consistent. So I don't know if Amazon is going to renew with them or if they're interested still or anything like that. So seeing where they go is interesting. And plus, Turki Al-Sheikh is now having a relationship with Dana White. Turki Al-Sheikh is now having a relationship with Eddie Hearn and the new way, Oscar De La Hoya, and all these guys. And now I think Al Heyman, because I know he had named David Morrell. We saw Luis Cooper over there.
A lot of his fighters fought over there. From the PBC stable.
So it's a lot's gonna happen in 2025. I'm very, very curious what happens in 2025. I'm very curious.
I'm very
Joel, a lot of pieces on the chessboard are gonna be made next year. A lot.
I'm happy you alluded to that, man, because you're able to foresee things before they happen. And you have great vision, and like Joel said, next year you're gonna be able to tell why. Because a lot of things are moving that are fault that we just can't see it happening. That are in big bosses meetings where they're sitting down. One thing that I do notice, I see that Raja season logo in a lot of places.
What?
I see that Rider season logo in a lot of places.
Okay.
I've seen it on ESPN already. I've seen it on the Zone. I'm seeing it on Dana UFC. Yeah. We don't know what's coming, but whatever that guy does is going to be big.
Yo, listen. Earlier this year, Dana White announced, that he is gonna go into boxing. He decided. He said he's talked about it a bunch. He's tippy-toed around it, but he's finally gonna go into boxing. He's had events with Turki Al-Sheikh. Top Rank's contract with ESPN is expiring.
I love that relationship, though, Joel. Just because
maybe what's happening now is Dana White is going to take over boxing and ESPN with the money of Turki Al-Sheikh, and he's going to throw on big events in boxing. He's going to be another promoter that boxing has to deal with. He's gonna be a new player in town with Turki Al-Sheikh money. That's my prediction.
Let's just see how it works. As long as this guy keeps throwing money, hopefully.
Bro, I thought we would never get Bivol versus Beterbiev, and this guy made it happen. The fight ended up not being what I wanted it to be, but that's not his fault. That was a fight I was very excited for, and he made it happen. Usyk versus Fury, undisputed heavyweight championship fight. He gave it to you and giving you the rematch. Like he's been an asset.
And I'm hearing something about $20 pay-per-views, man. If that's crazy, you got to be a bum if you don't want to pay $20 for a fight.
I do want him to leave the zone because I don't like the way the zone does business. To be honest with you.
Who you want to leave the zone?
I want Turki Al-Sheikh to be on ESPN, like his shows on ESPN. That's
the
right.
visibility on ESPN is going to be crazy.
That's what I wanted because I feel like the zone, the visibility ain't what it could be. And then, they don't be having no Dominicans on this zone, man. Not one Dominican.
Right? They be having real fights tailor-made for like the European audience, if you think about it.
But like I just don't get like right now, Dominicans, we're in our best moment. You got Edwin Yeah, we got Edwin de los Santos, Alberto Puello, Carlos Adames, Rohan, Jan Santana, Naguita. You know what I'm saying? We got some good boxes.
Cuellos,
Not to
Adames.
have not one, not one. Come on, man. Like that I don't know,
And
man.
you haven't even attempted. It's one thing to say I attempted to sign this guy and he didn't want to come. We haven't even attempted to sign him.
Yo, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. I know this for a fact. This is somebody telling me.
It's a fact.
Yo, somebody brought a fighter to the zone. It was a Dominican fighter.
Not a regular fighter.
Yo, this is my guy. He's a talented guy, man. Give him a shot. They told him, yo, we just not in that market. Like,
and this guy is coming from the highest amateur background you could possibly come.
And I'm not mentioning names. All I'm gonna say is these are people that do their shows on Top Rank. On Top Rank, on the zone. That's it. I don't know. They just wasn't interested in it.
And we even talk about the accolades that this fighter has. Oh, we can't.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Like, I just want to see more Dominicans on the zone. I feel like in boxing, a lot is made as to where somebody's from. I think Dominicans have enough interesting stories and have enough talented fighters to be on that platform, is what I'm trying to say. Because the zone is still a big platform in boxing. Like, we're not gonna deny that.
Yeah, we're not gonna deny that. But when we look at the product that they're putting up, all right, like for instance, nothing against Hitchens. Hitchens is one of the guys that they're moving and is a main event fighter. What market does he have? That just
like if you're not signing the Dominicans because they don't sell, like this guy don't sell either. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen one of his fight. His main event fight with Lemos, you could count probably in 5 hands how many people were there.
Yeah, no. I mean, and what's sad is he actually is a talented fighter. He's good. I like him.
He's a talented fighter.
I never saw the fight. I had to work that day. I never went back to seeing it. Hold on one second.
And look what happened. Top Rank signed that kid. That fight, that performance got him signed to Top Rank.
Okay. Hold on one second. What's your thought on Box Lab Promotions? They signed a lot of Dominicans like LD, Henry, and Jermaine.
Thank you for mentioning that. That's something that has been come across our radar as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Joel?
Hey, listen, I'll be honest. Whoever is moving LD Cedeno's career is doing a magnificent job, bro. This guy's fought on Showtime, YouTube portion. He's fought on The Zone. He's fought on ESPN. This guy has fought everywhere, and and they keep him at. He even fought in Pennsylvania on Edwin Garcia's undercard. You remember?
From what I'm hearing, Joel, Casino Royale is going to be hosting their fights.
Yeah,
we have a great relationship with The Zone. So even though Eddie Matchroom is not signing no Dominicans directly, we're still seeing them fight on that platform indirectly through that relationship. So,
I guess, but they could do more. They could do more.
It's not.
Let's be honest. They could do more.
I mean, this is a smaller promoter, Joel. So I don't know.
I'm talking about The Zone. The Zone as a network could do more. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
My thing is this: The Zone is the one.
Yo! Would you right now the two best 175 pounders? You know what I'm saying? Is better Biev and Bivol. Bivol just lost. He's with The Zone. Would you sign Pinales to fight on The Zone and develop it? And who knows, maybe down the line fight a Bivol and take over the division? An old guy going out for looking for last PD, maybe make a name off him.
Heck yeah, because he has a similar style to those guys.
Oh, and who knows how good this guy is? This guy is
he's a big dude, man, and it's proven. So maybe that's a good. I think I want to warm him up a little bit, give him a couple fights, but that's a kid that's ready.
By the way, Cristian Pinales is going to be training with Chelo, the trainer of Edwin de los Santos. So a lot of people don't know that. So he's on his way to the pros, man. Y'all gonna be seeing Cristian Pinales on this program. And it's unfortunate. Every time we've had an interview, we've had a bad reception.
Yeah, for those that might not know what type of style he has a style that's a Bipple mixed with a little bit of Klitschko, can move well, and can
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. He has a very Cuban style, very Cuban amateur style. But again, I don't think like seeing his temperament and seeing the mistakes he makes, it's nothing that can't be fixed. He has things that he needs to fix, but it's nothing that like it's like, damn, we got a lot of work on our hands. Nah, hell no. Nah, the guy's good, man. The guy Crita Pinales, he's good, he's talented. He just has a lot of little things to work on. A lot of, oh yeah, when you're ducking, don't turn your head. Oh, you know what? Keep your hands up. You know what? Stop bouncing and doing all that. Just stand and sit on your punches. All right, when you use your jab, throw it at different pace. Maybe throw a little bit more jabs. Press forward with the jab to the body. This a lot of like little things that just can be taught. It's just a matter of getting him in the gym and teaching him. That's it. It's not.
And
It's
from the
not.
things that we've seen, all our amateurs that necessarily didn't have a great boxing style, they have graduated and assimilated their styles into the pros. Rohan Polanco has done it. He wasn't knocking guys out, hurting people, and now you see what he's doing. Hector Luis Garcia has a great style that can sting you respectfully, and you're seeing our guys performing at a high level with exciting styles.
Yeah, no Dominican really got a boring style if you really think about it.
Even Puello, that people say moves, box, even in that style, he's tagging guys.
Yeah, the fight with Akhmadov wasn't boring, and the fight with Russell wasn't boring.
So if he has to sit and bang with you, he's gonna bang with you.
Yo, hold on, hold on. First, let me read the super chat. Then I'm gonna put that comment. My man Fresh, shout out to Fresh, man. He gave me a haircut once, man. Shout out to Fresh. He says, "What's good, my brothers? Just tuned in. Did Ed jump on already?" Nah, Edwin de los Santos wasn't on today. He was on another day. We just was discussing what went on in the interview, what he said, what happened. Go check that out. It's still on the channel. Listen, I'll give you a little sneak peek. He got the day of the fight, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Luis Rodriguez says, "I love Alcantara. The only bad thing, he's a 105."
Dang, that's very low.
Yeah, but yo, there's a champion who's a Puerto Rican dude who's nice. Yo, this dude, they could make a nice little Puerto Rico DR kind of rivalry right there. I know Mini Pac-Man wants that fight. But that's another Dominican that I think that could make noise in that division the same way those guys are to that level. I can see
unfortunate for the little boxers that are coming up. Like you have, in order for eyes to be on you, you better have an exciting style. You have a style. Remember when Chocolatito came on the scene?
Yeah.
People weren't thinking about that division like that, but that guy was so excited. You have to put him on main event fights.
You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like though? Is that Alcantara is like, I think he's like 19, 20. I told him, why don't you just stay amateur? You go pro later. You go pro at 22. You know what I'm saying? Like at 23, 24. Go to another amateur. Yeah, you already got a bronze. Try to go for the gold.
And what he said?
He kind of said, "Oh, I got my plans. I'm not going to announce it." But then he announced he signed with a manager, so it looks like he's going to go pro.
Okay,
amateur. You know what I'm saying?
Because
he's in a lower weight division where, like that bronze medal don't mean shit. If you got a bronze medal and a gold medal, now your value and your attention is more because
Rigon down, Lomachenko. That's what they did.
Yep.
Their bodies mature a little bit more. So when they came into the pros, it was at 120 already, 122.
Yeah, exactly. And man, he's not going to be up that high, but he'll probably be at 112. At that point.
You don't think he can go that high?
Yeah, no. I could probably see him the most at 122. That's the most I can see.
Those are the weight classes where people are paying attention already. 122 and up.
Yeah, I want to say all right, but lately, from 115 up, to be honest with you. But
because you have talents like Inoue. When you have a talent like
yeah, Inoue and Chocolatito.
yeah, you want to see who's around those
You think
parts.
Alcantara's that good?
I don't know. We haven't seen him out of pride.
Yeah, we haven't seen him. I can't call it either. He did fight good in the Olympics, and I thought he won that fight. But he was fighting a French dude in Paris. Like
He's never getting that one.
He never get that one, but he did win that fight. He has a right to be mad. He won that fight. Same thing happened to Hector Luis Garcia, man. That hurts me so much, bro.
I didn't see that Hector Luis Garcia fight.
Yo, bro, he beat the crap out this guy, man. Dropped him, and the referee said no, it was a slip, but it was a clean left hand. The dude stumbled and everything.
You gotta send me that link, man. You gotta send me that link.
Yo, bro, it's the wildest.
It's disgusting what we see in boxing.
It's the wildest robbery I've ever seen. Yo, and then every time, listen to this. The referee, I think she was from like India, so I don't know where she was from. Yo, every time Hector would like duck like that, she'd be like, no, you can't duck. You can't duck.
Oh, so it was a hometown.
So the whole time he's backing up like this, kind of like, not trying to duck because she keeps warning him. And even with that, he still beat that guy. And they gave and they gave the decision to the other guy. Everybody's like,
the other guy? Was the other guy highly vetted?
I think he was from Croatia, I think. And but yeah, the guy didn't even medal. The guy was not that good, man. Hector beat that guy clearly.
It's disgusting, man. Disgusting.
Yeah, they had Hector Luis Garcia as like Hector Mora. Like
he's going to 140. How do you feel about that?
What was that?
He wants to go to 140. How do you feel about that? Because he's still a name to have in your resume.
I don't know if you was on when I mentioned that. He's a big guy, man. That's one thing I'll say. When I met him like, first time, I was like, whoa, you're a lot bigger than I thought you were gonna be. Like he so what I'm saying is him skipping. I guess he fought at 35 before, but I guess let's just say for lack of a better term, skipping 135 to 140. I don't have too much of a problem with it because I don't want him cutting too much weight, and he is a big guy, man. I'm telling you, he is a big guy.
All I'm saying is, if he's gonna start fighting at 140, he's gonna get a lot of opportunities because he's a name to build up an A-side fighter. You get what I'm saying, Joel? Somebody's gonna say, "Well, he's a former champion, 410. I want to build my guy." Come on, 1 month notice. Go against Lindolfo. Go against Tiger Johnson. I'm telling you, and he comes and beats the asses. You imagine another situation where they bring him in and beats the living crap out of the A-side.
Yo, brother, this is boxing, bro. This is boxing. Hold on, I gotta find out a super chat. Rigondeaux fighting a Dominican in his next fight next week. Danis Aguero. Yeah, I heard. I'm surprised Rigondeaux still fighting. Rigondeaux need to call it quits, bro.
Yeah,
how old is that guy? Like 45, 47? Like he's old. Hold on 1 second. ¿Tú vas a comer ahora?
No. I had to lock my door. Se me tiraron los muchachos.
Oh yeah, I know how that is. Every
time I'm gonna pull them down.
Yo, by the way, fellas, I'm gonna open up another YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, Rigondeaux's 44.
44?
44. He needs to call it quits. Call it quits.
It's like the gift and the curse, man. When that guy came on the scene, he was part of hurting on guys, beating the.
Yo, I remember when he beat Nonito Donaire. Nonito Donaire won.
Performance. It looks like his promoter came out.
Yeah, that was so weird. That
guy made a guy. That guy, Nonito Donaire. The aura that was around Nonito Donaire was like the one that was for Lomachenko in that era. Oh, this guy's the. Oh, and he was.
Yo, he broke his eye socket. It was after he won Fighter of the Year. I think he got the award the day before. He got the award for Fighter of the Year the day before he got his ass whooped by Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux beat him with beautiful boxing. In there, he was like, I don't know why they criticized that win. That was such a good win.
No, that was a great win. Because
it was exciting for me. Mm-hmm. Neither try to do something with him and cutting. And every time he'll catch him a battle.
But you never gave me your opinion. What's your opinion of Hector Luis Garcia going to 140?
He's gonna fight bigger guys. I think of the champions. I think about the guys that's out there right now.
Because he mentioned he's like Rayo. You think I will beat Rayo? He said that.
Yeah, but remember the background that Hector Luis Garcia comes from, that the deep amateur experience. A guy like Raj is probably tailor made for him. And if he doesn't get hit with a great shot because he's still a puncher. And a lot of times, Hector Luis Garcia, out of the style he fights out of, for my liking, he keeps his head up a little too much sometimes. Like, he's the type of guy to make you miss by an inch. He's not the type of guy to, move a lot, while he's in there with you. Like the way he fought Tank, he was right there with Tank.
Yeah, I wish he would have moved his head more, but he definitely fought a good fight, and it was in a close fight there.
Yeah, Santana is fighting.
You think he can make noise at 140, or you think he can make noise? Do you think he can make noise at all?
Of course, because he's going to get the opportunities. And given the opportunities, this guy rises to the occasion. He has shown that if you put him in a position, he's going to rise to the occasion.
He lost to Lamont Roach, but it wasn't because he was out of shape. He was in shape. He fought fine in terms of
charm. This is something that some people might not like. Another referee would have not counted that knockdown. He wins the fight. He keeps the title. I'm sorry.
Hold on. The Nobody 92 sends a $5 super chat. He says, we need Juan for a few episodes on that new podcast. You, Jose, and Juan are a three-headed monster.
Gracias, mi hermano. I like to hear, yo. Be real, when I hear guys like y'all tell me that, man. It's like I kind of need to hear it because, I'm the type of guy that I give the kudos to Joel because he built this platform. And I'm a Robin type of guy. I'm not a guy that really whack my own tail. These guys are great people, man. We have a great team. We have great guys behind us that support us. And I thank you for that comment, man. You are one of those guys. And I've told you that privately a lot of time. This guy, when it comes to Dominican prospects, he knows his game. He knows about guys you guys will never hear about.
He is super duper hardcore. He watching Dominican ants fight. Yo, he on it, man. Yo,
you gotta tell me about guys that
I'm like, yo, bro, how did you even find this guy?
How do you find those guys? Like, for real,
bro, this shit. He saw a drawing of this dude sparring.
Joel's scouting report was good. This guy, Joel is doing triple A. This guy's doing double A. Like, he's the guy that knows the guy before he gets to be the guy.
Yeah, there you go. You
gotta put him in the prospect team,
Right. We see value in you. He brought it up. Yo, I got a new podcast coming out, man. I'm gonna start a new channel. This channel will still be active. I will still be doing my, interviews here, commentating, doing all types of stuff that I used to do. My other channel is gonna be an in-studio podcast where I'll be interviewing people, getting their life stories and stuff like that, as well as what their expertise is about, whatever that is. And yeah, man, I recorded my first episode. My first episode was Jose Corpus, boxing historian who has written, multiple books. He also is he's just a very, very boxing knowledgeable kind of guy. And I can't wait for you guys to check it out, man. It's gonna be a good one. And I'll definitely do that one day, with me, Jose, and Juan just chilling, talking.
Well, that's gonna be a crazy show. I already see it. Like, wow, that guy. We don't know who that guy is, man. This guy's a scholar when it comes to the boxing game.
Nah, man, he knows his boxing, man. He knows his boxing, and I definitely respect that. I definitely respect his opinion, and yeah. And yo, when it comes out, you guys are gonna be like, yo, bro. He talks about Dominican history, boxing history that nobody knew about.
Yo, yeah, he tells you things that you like, man. Like, he's like the guy that's behind the screen while they're shooting the movie. He tells you those details that you would have never known.
Yo, do you know that Carlos Teo Cruz? He told me, yo, he was 2 wins away from being a top 5 Latino fighter. He that win against Carlos Ortiz and Mando Ramos. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in back-to-back fights, 2 Hall of Famers for the lineal lightweight championship.
And this guy's Dominican.
Yeah, was it like a major accomplishment back then? And he ended up dying in a plane crash. He didn't really get to finish his career out, but he was great. And did you know Carlos Teo Cruz?
Wow, he was that decorated.
Yo, the first Dominican champion ever was a great talent who had 2 Hall of Fame type wins. That if he had 2-3 more opportunities at more wins like that, he would be in the Hall of Fame and arguably a top 5 lightweight. I mean, a top 5 Latino.
I heard of that name before, but I've never knew that was that's.
And his brother Leo Cruz was also a champion.
He was also world champion.
And his brother holds the record for most title defenses by a Dominican. I forget how much it is. It's 3 or 4.
Wow. See, this is the insight you bring.
Listen, I'm getting if y'all not hyped for that podcast I'm talking about, then I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm just excited to see how
heat. I'm throwing heat in that podcast.
I'm just excited to see how you're gonna make the transition from this. We know with both channels, and I would love, as a fan, I would love to see that, like along the interview, if we could see like pictures of them, if you could do some type of edits, because a lot of times you say these names and we don't have a faces to these people. It will be nice.
I see what I can do.
Because I know you edit a lot of your own videos. You know how you put a picture in between as you talking about them with the bell.
I'm not that tech savvy, bro. But I'll see what I can do, man. I'll figure it out. Hold on, I got another super chat. Will you ever think about bringing back the official scorecard and when it does the first podcast? And when does the first podcast episode drop? Yeah, I definitely do the official scorecard. The thing is, honestly, I love doing it, but I don't really be getting views off that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do it and I don't really get views. So
fight live?
Yeah, so like so there'll be like a fight that is disputed as to, oh, this guy got robbed, this guy, whatever. So I would watch the fight live with 2-3 other guys. We will all score the fight with the sound off, but I don't own the rights, so I can't show the video. It's just me talking about the fight. And yeah, I was happy.
You're not seeing the video. Being a society that's so visual and watching videos, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get views on.
Yeah, but I definitely it's definitely a fun exercise. It's definitely a fun exercise. Maybe I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back. But Juan got to do it with me. Juan got to do it with me.
I would love to see live commentary from you. Like that would be nice. You know how they do for the Yankees game, where there's a bunch of people in a room. Yeah. Imagine watching them fight. Oh man, that's exciting. I don't think no one's doing that right now. I think the Boxing Boys does it here and there.
Yeah, nah, people do it. I know my man Boxing Gems. Shout out to Boxing Gems. He does watch parties, and Boxing Gems really like a knowledgeable boxing strategist. I feel like calling him a YouTuber is almost like
they do it all in the same room.
What?
All in the same room?
Oh no, he just does it like his voice.
You know what's crazy for a show? Having a bunch of Dominicans from my squad. Domino, Chile, Valdefira Presidente, watching you imagine how some of the visuals would have been for the Santana fight?
Yo, hold on. Yo, Presidente Beer, what's the one Alafoca got? La República Beer. Yo, sponsor this channel, bro. We'll host boxing events, Dominican boxing events, and yet, you know, your product could be helping the progress of Dominican boxing. You know what I'm saying? So let me just put that out there. I
like that. I like that vibe. I don't know what show is it. It's an urban show, hip hop show, where they all drinking all the time and talking.
Oh, drink chance.
Oh, drink chance. I should have known it was drink chance. Imagine that with boxing, but a little less drinking. I don't like to get drunk like that.
No, I don't. I listen. I
Like
barely drink.
vibing, all of us together, watching the fight with good quality video, good quality lighting, just like the Yankee guys when they was watching the playoffs, with real reactions from us. Oh, Joel, I think I'm gonna have to build something in my basement, bro.
Yo, bro, we'll rent out a bar or something. Let's rent out a bar. Charge at the door.
Yeah, but with that, it would be a little funny.
Sponsored by Presidente.
With that, it will be a little funny because we will have to really like. I don't know how big they will be on us, like on setting things up in their area. You know, it have to be like a secluded spot for us if we want to get that type of quality. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Ideas that are coming about, guys. This is a movement, man, and there's a lot of ideas and a lot of things being done in the background.
And I like to remember names as to who's supporting, whether that be buying a shirt, sending a super chat, or even if you can't afford anything, but just being active in the chat. I'm definitely acknowledging who is early on this movement. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking at
people realize the influence.
Huh?
And no one here likes to brag. No one here likes to say, but if you knew some of the things that have happened in the background, how this specific channel had influence in making certain fights, certain. No, but we know we don't like to wag our own tails around here. But all I'm saying is a real movement, guys.
Yeah, man. Let's enjoy this ride, man, because I feel like with these guys, the way they're looking, Jan Santana, Rohan Polanco, Puello being the best, I think we're in for a ride, bro. I think we're in for a ride. I think Dominican boxing is about to make some real noise. You know what I'm saying?
We're just fighting in this undercard now, right? With Tank next month.
He doesn't have an official date. He doesn't have an.
Joel, like you said earlier, there are things that they're settling up the dust, man. Some things going on, guys. Because when you see fights like this not getting done with stars, with legitimate stars, something's going on.
But yo, Juan, it's been a great show, man. I truly appreciate you, man. We got to do this again and do it more often.
And I had technical difficulties today, man. You ain't see everything yet. Wait till I pull everything out, man. Wait till I pull everything out, man.
Stop, my brother. Everybody hit that like.
Take care, my brother. God bless.
All right, man. Peace.